Good afternoon. It's that time of the day when we have had lunch. Sun is setting and the body may be tired, but hopefully we'll be alert enough to be with us for the next few minutes as I try to bring to your attention a potential opportunity, an opportunity that I believe can be transforming in the lives of yourself and family, your future generation. Today, we are a little bit different from the others. What we're offering is an opportunity to empower. Right. As I said, empowering your dreams, or more importantly, empowering your future by expanding your horizons. And we're encouraging you to expand that horizon to another part of the world. That part is the Caribbean, and to be specific, we are speaking of St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis is a small Caribbean island considered to be in the upper middle income bracket, but like Singapore, it appears larger than its physical size. And that is one of the things I must say that I'm very much impressed with from my time here in Singapore, the feel of it. It feels physically bigger than it is, and it indeed is bigger. And so he's saying it's as small as it is in the Caribbean, it's much bigger than it is in that little pond. We believe, as described here, is resilient, serene, a Caribbean twin island state, and we provide investment opportunity to potential investors and people all over the world. Generally, these come to the form of investment. This is a pictorial view of what you can enjoy, what you can see when you come to St. Kitts. It is so beautiful. We talk about serenity. There's it. All right, and so we welcome you. The program is one of the oldest in the world. It's most robust. Since 1984, we have operated the Citizenship by Investment Program before many of the others that are now around, and it had withstand the test of time. That takes a sense of dedication and diligence. I think something again I will say that I find is in common with the effort to make Singapore what Singapore is today. That sense of diligence and persistence is what we have had in our program to withstand the test of time and the challenges. Now, the rise in geopolitical tensions, the economic fragmentation, climate uncertainties, shifting global power structures have showed us that long-term security can no longer be guaranteed by a single nationality. We have just seen the ravages, the impact of the unfortunate war that we have had in the Middle East, the impact it had on people's lives, properties, and opportunities. A single product, a single market, a single jurisdiction is not the way to go. Hence, we are offering you this opportunity to make a difference. And that, I would say to you that today can be the beginning of the best of the rest of your life, if you choose to let it be. And one way you can do that is by deciding to get a second citizenship. It provides you with immense opportunities. Talking about economic resilience through diversified investments, you can do that. The quality of living that will be sustained in your territory is tax-friendly and generational security that is allowing the nationalities to one generation to another. Now, how can you go about getting your citizenship? There are a number of ways. This is showing some potential properties that you may invest in to obtain your citizenship. And these citizenship options start from as low as 250,000 US dollars and go up to 325,000 US dollars. We are looking at, I believe, the Marriott, which is a famous property. One can invest in the Marriott. There are other properties that you can also invest in. Part of investing in these properties is not just that you get a citizenship, but you're also able to generate a return on your investment in some of these properties by leasing and then ultimately reselling these properties at the end of the holding period. There is a mandatory holding period for physical properties of 7 years. Thereafter, you are welcome to sell whether within the program or you may choose to sell to some other private party. The benefits are being outlined here for choosing St. Nevis. As I mentioned, since 1984, hence we have a proven track record. Lifetime citizenship, there's no revoking of this. Dual citizenship is allowed, no residency requirement at this time. We like to see your face in the place, so visitation and ultimately transition, if you so desire, is valued. Secure investment, option tailored for the stability, growth, and sustainability, and enhanced opportunity to gain access to nations with a thriving economy and forward-thinking policies. We have to be forward-thinking for us to withstand the regulatory environment that the citizenship program has to evolve in. The options that are available, one is you have the Sustainable Island State contribution. This is a contribution made directly to the government. It's $250,000. It supports national development priorities, including renewable energy, healthcare, and education. So the government will have sole discretion as to how to utilize the funds. But $250,000 to the government, that will cover a family of up to 4 persons. Then we have the developer's real estate investment. As you'll see, this one has a minimum of $325,000. And there is a transfer of title in this instance. So you literally get full ownership of the property. This property you can use in any way, shape, or form that you wish. You could resell it. You have to hold it for a minimum though of 7 years. During that period, one would tend to rent, and you could get returns between 5 to 7% on your investment through rental on an annual basis. The third option is what we call a public benefit option. This is really about projects that normally a government would undertake. It might be building a school, it might be extending an airport, but a private citizen has stepped in and said that they will do it. And the government allowed this option at the said $250,000. And it fosters a lot of economic growth. That is the main driver through job creation in the country. This is the look of one of the real estate options. We call it the Seaview Garden. You could buy into this development through ownership of one of these beautiful condo type setting. You can then lease that condo at some point, or you could utilize it for your own use. the same property being displayed. Okay. And this illustrates what we do. Not just the citizenship by investment, but we stay with our partners and we call all investing participants a partner. From the beginning to the end, provide for them. If they have the investment portfolio, we provide management service. Financial and management advice service, that was a core function of this company before we transitioned in 2016 to the citizenship by investment program. And again, it just described our team. Here we have a couple of members of our team there who are making sure that this presentation goes according to plan. Why should you choose us as your preferred agent? One, we are bona fide, licensed by the government. We offer competitive rates, and we produce 90-95 plus successful application since our intervention in this business in 2016. So we have a good track record, proven track record that you could rely on. Additionally, for existing CBI applicants, what can we do? We could add your siblings, that's your children, to your application. Or if you happen to have a citizenship and then you get children, we're able to include those on your application. We provide visa application, property management, sales and purchase of property, we do that. These are some of the additional services that we know clients will need that provide your passport replacement and renewal, bank and business account opening, and indeed, to get you to where we are, we will assist and facilitate your travel arrangements. Again, showing you one of our property. This one is called Man by this year. Beautiful investment property. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and this one goes from 325 minimum to 400,000. Good returns, rental returns, because in the prime tourist location, I'm saying it's a Nevis, where you could get probably at least up to 7% return through lease and rental. And this area is always rented out. So you shouldn't have any difficulty. And at Nicola, we ensure that opportunity is not only unlocked. It is structured, it is protected, and we ensure that it is sustained for its duration. Okay? With that, we are located for persons who are interested in having follow-up conversation, please. We are A10, right, in the exhibition room. So I welcome each and every one of you to give yourself an opportunity to have a better day, a better tomorrow, not just for yourselves, but for your future generations. Thank you very much for your attention.